See, what we call as life, this life, you may have so many ideas about it, so many emotions and thoughts about it, but essentially this life is a certain combination of time and energy. We have a certain amount of time and a certain amount of energy. Time is rolling away for all of us. If you sit here, it rolls, if you do something, it rolls, if you sleep, it rolls, if you're awake, it rolls. Whether in wakefulness or sleep, in work or laziness, whichever way, in dynamism or lethargy, time is rolling for everybody. In Tamil, there's the term that is used for death is kalamaittanga. It means his time got over. Such an appropriate description. After all, that's all that happened, time got over. So time is getting over for all of us. As we sit here, it's not the clock which is ticking, it is our life which is ticking away. You cannot control it, you can't slow it down, you can't roll it back, no choice about this. It rolls forward for all of us, no matter what we do or we don't do. But energy is something we can manage. When we talk about energy, this segment of life that we refer to as youth, when you're in this segment of life, your energy is at its highest exuberance. Most youth do not understand this, they think they're going to be like this for always. You just have to pay attention to the old people, they were not born like this. They were also youth. Slowly, volume gets little down, not me. Otherwise, slowly the intensity of energy volume gets lower and lower. If you just observe how they sit and stand and walk, you must know you're going to get there very fast, actually. So, when your energies are at their peak, if you brought little more clarity and balance into your system, well, this energy could work for you in a miraculous way. This exuberant energy can do wonders in human life, or it can cause disasters in human life. The same enthusiasm and energy has taken people's lives. I'm saying this because I grew up in 60s and 70s. By the time they were 35, at least 12 for sure, other two I think they also went by that way. 12 to 14 people that I knew and who were dear to me, they all died before their 35 years of age. Simply somebody overdosed, somebody drank themselves to death, somebody killed themselves on the motorcycles, somebody fell off the rocks, all kinds of things. It is the same exuberant energy which got them into these things. The same exuberant energy, if it had a little more balance and clarity, they could have done wonders. But unfortunately this happened. It's not only in terms of death, it happens in so many different ways. Disaster is not always in the form of death. Life didn't take off, that itself is a disaster. So, when you look at this, see, every human being, every individual has an innate genius within them. The question is only, will they find an appropriate ambience within themselves and around themselves to unfold their genius? This, unfortunately, in this world does not even happen to 1% of the population. This is my estimate. In your institution, if it is more, you must tell me, but generally in the larger population, not even 1% of humanity manages to unfold their genius, simply because concerns of earning a living, survival, some nonsense takes them up, they fall in love, something happens. Either outside situations don't cooperate or inside situations don't cooperate. So, what I'm looking at is, if we can increase this percentage, let's say in this generation from 1% to 10%, we will have a phenomenal world. Because you cannot create a great world or a great nation or a great society, you can only create great human beings. If you create great human beings, great societies and nations and world will happen. It's a consequence, we cannot create the consequence. But the source of this is human genius must unfold. only then you will find human beings functioning at a level well beyond what we normally consider as normal. It should become normal. It's normal for a flowering plant to blossom. Similarly, it must be normal for a human being to unfold and blossom their genius because it's innate. It is only looking for an atmosphere where it is possible to do that. Can we create that in the society? Maybe it's a long way off. But can we at least create it within ourselves? That, if you're willing, is possible now in this generation. That's why I'm here with you. Let's see what we can do.